Becoming a Laker girl was definitely not the area that I thought would be my knock door into show business. But that's kind of the thing about me, is I will take something that seems like nothing and I will make it huge.
The Laker Girls proved to be a terrific showcase for Paula, a crowd packed with celebrities all watching her work.
Very shortly, she became really famous.
In 1984, after attending a Laker game, the Jacksons approached her.
I broke into business my first jobs were the reunion tour for the Jacksons.
As Janet Jackson then came over and asked her to choreograph her videos.
Paula was a cheerleader for the LA Lakers. She parlayed that into going up as a singer-choreographer. And actually, me personally, that's the part where I feel for her the most. That's the American part that's truly poignant.
In 1986, Paula won an MTV award for choreography, and her career got even hotter.
One of my other dancers was also a Lakers girl, and so I think somehow in the mix of all of that, Paula came into my reality and on my Richter scale.
And then I started working with Warner Brothers artist ZZ Top.
She made it easy for us, you know. I mean, we made no excuses that we didn't know what we were doing. And so I think she had raw putty in her hands.
Paula was in demand as a choreographer. Her success in music videos and performances led to other opportunities.
John Landis, when he asked to meet with me for coming to America, and I remember I was waiting in the reception area, and I heard John Landis screaming, "I can't believe Abdul's late. Get her on the G-Ray phone right now." And the assistant's trying to go, "She's out here. She's out here." And then he goes, "Oh." And he goes, and he looks out, and he says, "What are you, 18? I went, "Yeah." And he said, "Not interested." I can't believe that you would think of not hiring me based on how I look. And he's going, "Oh, knock it off." And he goes, "You're hired." The fact that John Landis allowed 4.5 minutes of uncut dance is unheard of. I knew Arsenio Hall and I knew Eddie Murphy. In lots of strange ways, Arsenio's career and my career were kind of like rising at the same time. Arsenio was already a family friend of mine.
I never knew either of us would be a success. If I had to predict, I would have said back then that we'd both be borrowing money from John Stamos in 2005.
The weird thing was Arsenio and Eddie both didn't even have a clue that I had been considered for the choreography. It wasn't until after I was hired that I was like, "Oh my God, this is great."
I was celebrating inside, but on the outside I was like, "John, that sounds like a sound decision. Paula, to do the African choreography."
Yes!
When Paula and Arsenio were seen out together, the rumors began. They became a favorite topic of the tabloids.
They would go out, you'd see paparazzi photos like every day or every week. They'd make sure that they got out there. And I think it was all very scripted. To my knowledge, there wasn't any romance there. Of course, you never know exactly what's going on, but it was clear that it was mostly one of those Hollywood staged kind of public photo opportunity relationships, and they had fun with it, they milked it, but there wasn't anything serious going on.
Yeah, they want to know about us, and so I would put a little yeast in it. We're married. We have 3 kids.
I want to know, what drink is he drinking? But he does that all the time. In this past year, he was announcing me, my ex-wife. You never know him. That's why I'm wondering, is it a good idea for him to be interviewed or not?
What else? What you want to say?
As a choreographer, Paula was at the top of her profession, but she still had the desire to perform.
Paula came to me one day and she said, I want to sing. And I said, do you really want to sing? She said, yeah, I really want to sing. She said, I guess she said she sang before when she was younger, and that's really the direction she wanted to go in. And I said, Paula, if you really, really want to sing, you apply yourself. I said, you can do it.
I became a very successful choreographer who saw that there was an avenue. If I could sing, and I know how to put an image and movement, there are people that are willing to bet on me.
She has some spark and she has something inside her that this was definitely her destiny.
In 1987, Paula signed with Virgin Records.
They gave me no budget, practically at all, to make a record. But, you know, I was the girl that said, I've got this licked. Prince, I'll choreograph for you for free. You write me a song. Got it all worked out. I worked with Kool and the Gang, choreographed their tour. I need these guys to do some rhythm tracks for me. Don't worry, I got you covered on the next tour, choreograph your tour. Okay, and then I would go on, and I would barter deals.
Paula moved forward with confidence, even when she had her doubts.
I would love to talk about the real scary feeling of like, oh no, I'm a fraud. I'm just waiting for them to find out fraud. Because I never knew that everyone else does the same thing. You end up becoming who you are by actually jumping into that circle of fear and doing it. And that's how you end up believing in yourself.
Up next, Abdul almost throws away a career-making hit.
My mother calls me up one day and says, "You've got to come over for dinner. I've got to play you something." It sounded like someone literally was plunking on their computer and singing completely off tune, and then my mom threw it out into the trash. And I was laughing, and I fished it back out of the trash. I said, "There's something there to this." It was straight up.
How many Billboard Hot 100 #1 singles has Paula Abdul had? Visit biography.com for the answer.